Let us all pray in together. If it's comfortable for you to close your eyes or put a soft gaze on something, taking in a good deep breath and holding it for a moment and releasing it. And as we release ourselves, we are releasing everything from around us and going within, going to the home of our spiritual nature, going to the home of our spiritual foundation, going to the home of God within us, and recognizing that all that is good is attached to us because it comes from inside out. And so we willingly participate in shining that light out into this service, into this space where we are together, into our lives, into the world. And with that, we let it be well. We let it be so. And so it is, and amen. And now I'm going to invite us all as we remember what we have come together to do in reading first, Unity's first principle, which is the very foundation of everything that we use and what we do and what we say. And so together let us read, "There is only one ultimate power in the universe. That power is God, and its nature is absolute, unchanging good." And then the mission statement for this church, how we decide to move forward as a church body. We have agreed that Unity in Greensboro is a loving, inclusive home for spiritual living that empowers and serves our community. And with that, I will invite up Linda.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome to Unity in Greensboro this morning. I would like you all to please repeat after me. If you're watching virtually, please type this in your comments. So everyone look around at your neighbors and repeat after me. Good morning, neighbor.
Good morning.
I love you this morning. And I sure do appreciate you being here. And to our virtual church family, please know we are saying this to you as well. Help us grow this loving community by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to our pages. So please join me in reading our affirmations for this morning. Are they up? Yeah, okay. My spiritual understanding puts feet under my prayers and gives me something dependable to stand on. Okay? I'm free. God gave me power and dominion over my thoughts, words, and actions. I use that powerful freedom, responsibility in my life. And today's daily word, the word for today is forgive. So today we affirm, I find peace and freedom as I forgive. Forgiveness is not always easy. I may resist letting go of the hurt or distress caused by someone's words or actions. Even so, I know that forgiveness makes space for peace to flow in and through me. I release what has been, realizing the past cannot be changed. As I do my inner work to forgive, I also forgive myself for hanging on to past hurts. With each step I take in the direction of forgiveness, I open to love. Love flows to me as healing energy and compassion. As I forgive, I heal. Letting go, my heart feels lighter, and I feel ready to move forward. My spiritual nature of divine love and peace cannot be harmed by words or actions. I forgive and feel light and free. And the scripture to go with that is If anyone has a complaint against another, forgive each other. Just as the Lord has forgiven you, so also must you forgive. And that's Colossians 3:3. And Ant will come up now and share about his trip, or their trip last week to Unity Village.
Hello. It's been an exciting few weeks for sure, especially because I was at a camp. I came home for one day, and then I immediately flew back out to Unity Village. So it's nice getting to rest, but what was even nicer was being there in the first place. More so than any other Unity event so far, I find it hard to believe that it has only been a year since the last one, since it feels like so much has happened in between now and then. Last year at IYOU in Unity Village, I met this boy named Tommy. He's my age, but he's a cute little guy. And not to say that we were both shy, but we both definitely weren't like big leaders in any way. And between now and then, I've become a Regi, and he's become the leader, and he's going to lead next year's International Youth of Unity. Meeting up with each other was awesome because, we hit it off last year, and seeing how much we've both progressed in such a short amount of time just feels amazing. This whole International Youth of Unity convention this year was amazing. I got to meet tons of people, including this amazing man named Darren, and we had talks over multiple days about spiritual metaphysics, and we bounced theories off of each other and our personal beliefs and findings, and it was really eye-opening to be able to walk around like a beautiful place with fountains and flowers and lay down in the grass with my friends, just bathing in the sun and talking about things that we've found to live our lives in the best way that we can. That, along with all the spiritual growth activities that we did, like cleaning up a walkway through the woods, helping the people at Unity Village move a bunch of like furniture.
It's on.
Is it red? I think it ran out of batteries.
Is it red?
It's nothing.
Wait.
Try to turn it
The
back.
microphone?
I think you turned it off.
Yeah, it's red.
Try it now.
Hello? Yeah. It works, but it is red.
Okay. We had a lot of fun. We got to play around on the sliding things that are used to move furniture.
All right, hold on.
Singing Surfing USA. Yeah, the dollies.
He's gonna get lucky.
Ah, thanks.
There we go. Pull it around here too. There we go.
Hello? There. But yeah, we had lots of fun surfing around with the dollies, Surfing USA. The spiritual growth is like a combination of talking about it with each other and a combination of just getting to know each other. And all the teamwork stuff we did over that entire week was just beyond fun. Yeah, it went wonderfully, and I'm so excited to get to do it again and continue to be part of the community. So, thank you.
It's not working at all now, Eric. It's not working at all. Hello, everybody. Are you ready to sing the call to worship song? I just learned I'm going to do it since Nick's not here. I didn't know he wasn't coming. Okay, let me make sure I've got the right words. There we go. It should be the track that's on YouTube.
Because they're our team too. And with more than 25 local
Flexibility. This ain't coming from no prophet, just an ordinary human. When I close my eyes, I see the way this world ought to be when we all walk hand in hand. When the last child cries for a crust of bread, when the last man dies for just some words that he said, when there's shelter over the poorest head, we shall be free. When the last thing we notice is the color of skin, when the first thing we look for is the beauty within, when the skies and the oceans are clean again, then we shall be free. We shall be free. We shall be free. Stand straight and walk proud, 'cause we shall be free. When we're free to love anyone we choose, when this world's big enough for all different views, when we're all free to worship from our own kind of pew, then we shall be free. We shall be free. We shall be free. Have a little faith and hold out, 'cause we shall be free. And when money talks for the very last time, and nobody walks not one step behind, when there's only one race, and that's mankind, then we shall be free. We shall be free. We shall be free. Stand straight and have a little faith, 'cause we shall be free. We shall be free. We shall be free. Walk proud, hold out, we shall be free. We shall be free. We shall be free. Have a little faith and hold out, 'cause we shall be free. We shall be free. We shall be free. All right, everybody. And while you're standing, it is a great time to pass the peace. So hug, shake hands, nod, your own comfort level.
Peace.
All right, and as we find our way back to our seats, I'm going to invite you to rub your hands together and get that good, loving energy going. I assume that Aunt and Brenda are going to head towards, but don't go yet. We got to bless you first. All right, send out that good blessing. No, it's got to really come through you first and out to them. And together, let us say, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you. And so it is. All right, and I'll invite up Charlotte. It's prayer time. Might as well use it, not just be here for prettiness.
Well, I'm glad that I made the right decision. I was trying to decide which way to come up. But now that I look at that over there, good thing I didn't go that way. Anyway, today I am your prayer chaplain, serving as your prayer chaplain. So no matter what you may be growing through, our prayer chaplain team wants to pray with you about it. And there is Anita here, and Nana, Wally, and myself. So feel free to seek one of us out after the service. And we just love to lift up whatever you have in your heart that you want to pray about. It can be positive, exciting things that you want to have held up, or it can be a challenge that you have. So whatever it is, we're here for you. And I know that it makes a difference. So, and also, if you want to be included on our prayer list, you can fill out a form. They're back there on the back table, and put it in the prayer box before or after the service. Or you can use the link on our website to contact Silent Unity at Unity Village. So since we know that prayer does what? Prayer works. Let's pray together now. I invite you to think of someone or something you'd like to send some love to as we pray together. Today, our prayer request is for Linda Cohen and for the spiritual growth of our UIG community. So today, let us affirm for ourselves that we are whole, perfect, and complete. We are standing in the knowing that God is already actively working in partnership with each of us here and with those who are not physically present with us today. God is here to support us in our growth through the appearance of challenges. We practice letting go and letting God, recognizing that letting go and letting God is an empowering act of spiritual surrender. Let us think of this when we are frustrated with others who may have a different viewpoint than ours, or a different way of solving a problem, doing a job, or just simply looking at life. Let us resist judging and insisting our way is the only way. Instead, let us take time to listen to new perspectives and viewpoints, to really, really listen from the heart, so that we are in a place to experience our differences in a new way. When we let go and let God, we release the burden of needing to figure things out on our own. We become receptive to the spiritual guidance that leads to a harmony that together we create. And for this knowing, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. For we know that wherever we are, God is. And together, all is well. So let us take this message of harmony into our hearts as we take time in the silence to meditate on the following statements. I resist judging and insisting my way is the only way. I resist judging and insisting my way is the only way. I recognize that my spiritual nature of divine love and peace can never be harmed by words or actions. I recognize that my spiritual nature of divine love and peace can never, ever be harmed by words or actions. I trust that God is in and through all things, and the best outcome is on its way. And so it is. Amen.
Now we will have special music by the John and Candy Band. The John and Candy Band duo is made up by Reverend John Connor and Candy Bartling Connor, Candy is a LUT, a licensed Unity teacher. They have performed at several Unity churches and also play acoustic songs from the 70s as well as standards at music venues around the Triad, and we're welcoming you back.
Well, as always, we are happy to be here. So we're going to sing a song about kind of escaping the trials and tribulations of the day and having a peaceful, placid place. Oh, yeah.
So while we're getting the music set up, most of the time when we play out or play in public, it's somewhere in Winston. But this August 13th, which is just about 2.5 weeks from now, we're going to be playing in Greensboro. And there's a place called Marshall Muse Gallery, which is this beautiful art gallery that has a summer music series. So 6 to 8 p.m. on Thursday, August 13th, and we'd love to have you out there. We're going to play for 2 hours, and should be fun.
Yeah, and that's a fantastic gallery if you haven't been there yet. It's amazing.
And there's a passage from in the Bible from the Song of Solomon that goes, "My beloved said, 'Rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away.'" And this song, I don't know if the words were inspired at all by that, but this song's called "Come Away with Me." Come away with me in the night. Come away with me, and I will write you a song. Come away with me on a bus. Come away where they can't tempt us with their lies.
I want to walk with you on a cloudy day in fields where the yellow grass grows knee high. So won't you try to
Come away with me and we'll kiss on a mountaintop. Come away with me and I'll never stop loving you.
I want to wake up with the rain falling on a tin roof while I'm safe there in your arms. So all I ask is for you to
Come away with me in the night. Come away with me in the night. Come away with me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Very nice. That's not a hint that you're all coming with me, is it? Because it's only a 2-bedroom apartment. But there were other units available. You can, anyway. All right. Let me hit this. So, lots of different things to cover here. But last night around like 9:30, I was inspired to go, because pretty much every lesson I've given since I started this I started here in 2020 officially, really, but I started speaking here in 2018. In fact, I spoke here the very same day that afternoon I gained my first ordination with a Course in Miracles program called Pathways of Light. And so that one I couldn't find because I was like, go find out what the very first thing you talked about. I don't know. I think it was that final line of the mastermind prayer of the, with excitement and enthusiasm and all of that. I think it was around that and talking about the mastermind prayer. But what I was able to find was the very first lesson I gave as the minister here, and it was called The Power of Love. And without knowing that or thinking about that at all when planning an entire month looking at the Advent, and the final piece of the Advent is love, I planned a lesson called Giving Birth to Love. So love is vital. It is important. It's not just a favorite topic. It is the key to success. And not just the key to earning a lot of money, not just, finding the right stuff we want. It's that too, but it's of finding that level of peace that we talked about on the very first Sunday of this month. It's of finding a way to find and then use joy, right? It's all of the Advent. You can't really get to any of the rest of them without an intentional use of love. So let's look at, a few things. One, first, what I wrote for today said, to say that love is a many splendored things is expressing that love is full of magnificent features. Those features make up what and how we experience this thing called love. It also makes up what and how we experience this thing we call life. Like, if we're going to get through it with any level of being happy about it, there's got to be some love in it. Now, we will all be presented with things that don't feel loving, with people who don't feel loving, right? And in those times, we're still responsible for us. And so we can bring love and peace into our moment, regardless of what's going on or who's around. Because just because they're there and they're speaking doesn't mean we have to listen to it, right? If it doesn't feel helpful, if it doesn't feel loving, we can say, oh, they're having a moment, they know not what they do. They're trying to throw me on a cross and make me their problem right now, but they know not what they do, because if the problem's in here, and look, I got to work on that and talk to myself about that all the time. It's like, well, she said blah, blah, blah. Well, did I listen to it? Did I give credence to it? Did I help give reality to it? Or did I say she knows not what she's saying right now and move along, right? The very first line that I learned in New Thought, before I ever heard, probably a couple of years before I even heard of unity, I was reading this Louise Hay book. Now, I have since learned that another great New Thought teacher named Terry Cole Whitaker wrote a book with this title on it. But I first picked it up in a Louise book, which is Your Opinion of Me is None of My Business. It's a cute saying, but it was life-changing for me. It is probably why I went into this line of work at all, because once I realized that shifted everything. It's like, not only do I not have to be affected by an opinion of me that feels negative, I can't afford to define myself by the opinions of others that feel really, really good, because I've got to find it in here or it's not lasting. So at some point, it's like when you're loving up on me. I love love. I love receiving love. And the key to my success is loving me inside out. So that when people say, oh, you're really great, if you would just what? Right? Just what? And like, these are the steps I've walked through for me. And just because I first learned some of that about 28 years ago, like, doesn't mean that it doesn't come up this week. It did come up this week, right? So it's about it's that work that we do. That's why I always say, I always have a picture in my head, by the way, too. But the muscle man, didn't get that way without going to the gym and doing all the various different things in there to work the different parts. And when the muscle man got exactly to the level of where he wanted to be, muscle women too, that's just not my picture. But when they get to that level and they get exactly where they wanted, to the body fat content, to the structure, and and they've made it, well, they don't stop going to the gym, or it goes back away. When someone is fully focused on, I'm going to be a millionaire by the time I'm 40. I knew a guy that said that when I was a kid, and I think he actually did it. But here's the thing. Once you hit the million, if you stop the thought that got you there, you're just going to spend it. and it's going to be gone. There was a story a few years ago. I don't know exactly how many years ago, but there was a story of someone, I believe it was a man, who won the lottery, and he wasn't mentally prepared to be at this different income level. He only knew to be at the poor level. And so when the poor thought level, not physical, not material, when the thought level of I'm poor is where you are and all this money comes flowing in, it's like, oh, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy this. Didn't pay a bill off, just went and bought stuff. And then the money is gone. And that's what, I don't know, how he went through his money, but in a very short period of time, this very large amount of money that he had won in the lottery was gone. And then he hit it a second time, and he still wasn't ready. So it went away again. Like we can say, I want this good, I want this thing, I'm claiming this, I'm going to use my unity principles, I'm claiming it. But are we preparing for it? Right? One of the conversations we had early on when we used to do these Wednesday night spiritual book studies up at Della's house was, you can say, I'm ready for a spouse. Are you? Is there any room in your dresser for them to put anything? How's the closets look? Is there a space for them to hang a single item? Right? Have you really prepared for someone to come in there? You might say, oh no, this house wouldn't work for 2 people. We would have to go somewhere else. Okay, well, have you started packing? Like, not everything, but in the packing, there are things that you're getting rid of. What are you doing to prepare for whatever it is that you're claiming? Right? And that's what we all have to ask ourselves all the time. All the time. Unity teaches, here's the definition that it gives metaphysically for love. Love is the power that joins and binds in divine harmony the universe and everything in it. The great harmonizing principle known to man. It's what harmonizes us, right? It doesn't mean the hot love, right? Hot love needs a little wisdom to cool it down so that it's usable, right? If it's too hot, we call them people crazy. Right? Right? That crazy love sometimes comes with restraining orders, right? I've known some of that too. Not directly. It was my friend. Right? But, right? And then that oh, well, I love you, but it's a cold love, right? It needs a little warming up. It's the harmonizing. It's finding the Goldilocks of it. And the Goldilocks of it always exist. We're in the place of we have to talk ourselves through it. We have to understand. That's one of the areas where my training as an actor first has really helped me, because I don't always have to see everything through my own lens. In fact, in order to get to a place of empathy, I have to understand that someone is thinking differently. I don't have to understand and meaning agree with, right? But I have to be like, well, they may have gone through something. When that jerk cuts me off in the car, well, somebody might be in the hospital. I hope he didn't put somebody else in the hospital getting there. But, right? It's like, look, I bless you on your way. I'm going to bless you with my whole hand instead of just one of the fingers, which I was first inclined to show, right? Right? But it's like we have those moments, and they're honest moments, and they're not worthy of being beaten up because I wanted to show the one finger instead of giving them the whole love, right? But then it's up to me to get me into the place of the love, because whoever just cut me off and took off, they're driving faster than me. They don't even know who I am. They're gone. I don't know who they are because we didn't have one. So I can either keep on being mad about it, or I can get myself, I can love me enough to release and keep on rolling. Here's some cool quotes from various New Thought teachers. Emmett Fox said, "There is no difficulty that enough love will not conquer." Emma Curtis Hopkins. She's the teacher of teachers, is what she's known as. She learned from Mary Baker Eddy, who created Christian Science, right? But it's what she broke off from Mary and started doing on her own. It's Emma's lessons, not directly, but someone that she taught, that got the lessons to Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, who then created everything that we do as Unity. It came from Emma. And Emma said, everything is really full of love for you. The good that is for you loves you as much as you love it. The good that is for you seeks you and will come flying to you if you see that what you love is love itself. All people will change when you know that they are love. I'm going to read that one again. All people will change when you know that they are loved. Let's be clear. The person may not change at all, but how we see them, how we choose to experience them will change when we recognize that they are loved. We shall change towards all people when we know that we ourselves are formed out of love. All is love. There is nothing in all the universe but love. There is nothing in the entire universe, in places that we will never see or experience personally, and right where we stand, wherever we stand, that is love. One of my favorite New Thought authors, Florence Scovel Sheen, who wrote The Game of Life and How to Play It, she says, whatever your problem, it is but a test in love. If you meet that test through love, your problem will be solved. If you do not meet the test through love, your problem will continue until you do. So if there's something that just keeps rolling in, then it's like, how can I put some more love into this? How can I harmonize this? How can I bind some good feeling to this? And then Charles Fillmore says, the more we talk about love, the stronger it grows in consciousness. If we persist in thinking loving thoughts and speaking loving words, we are sure to bring into our experience the feeling of that great love that is beyond description, the very love of God. You may trust love to get you out of your difficulties. There is nothing too hard for it to accomplish for you if you put your confidence in it. That last if and what came after it is the key. It's up to us. We can say, well, love is all there is. But am I, who was given free will, looking at it? Am I, who was given will, choosing to use it? Or am I gonna get them back? Right? Well, they said this to me, and I thought of this other thing. And I'm gonna say, well, I'll show, right? Like, so when I was a kid and picked on by the popular kids, I would think of this really great comeback line about 3 days later. But I kept locking them in, and by the time I got to college, it only took about 3 seconds, and boom, right? And then I'd see the shock on their face, and that was fun, right? And so then I moved to New York City. Now, if you want to live in a city that encourages bad behavior, move to New York. Do not just visit. You won't visit, and you're not there long enough to really get the encouragement, right? But I lived there 5.5 years, and I got good encouraged, right? And so then it's like, and then when you find something you're good at, I've talked about this before, when you find something you're good at, you want to keep doing it. But then when you stumble across this whole New Thought thing, and you start realizing you have to take personal responsibility for everything you think and everything you say, then I started realizing there was too much, it costs too much to get all that done. You know, when I started realizing to work up to the level of anger that I would work up to deal with some customer service issue, that it wasn't worth the hours it took me to work back down and shake it back off. They could have it, right? There's moments of, oh, well, this is for justice. It's like, well, justice without some love can be a little too cold. Like, justice with love will be harmonizing. Look, justice with love will often work out what you're trying to work out. And justice with love will also often get you there by saying, is this really important? Like if this were to go, if this thing you're fighting for were to go away, wouldn't you keep on living? Wouldn't you find another route? Wouldn't you, it's like the same thing about the Bible verse that says that we have the power to move mountains. And people think about that in a physical way. I'm going to move the mountain, right? There's a lot of ways to move a mountain that we can do now. We can set some dynamite up there, moved, right? We can do, here's the other thing. We can walk around it. Look, I moved it, in my perspective, I just moved this entire thing because I changed me. I shifted me. And I did that by, instead of being like, no, I was told I could move this and I'm going to keep pushing, I'm going to do my thing. It's like, okay, well, is it worth what's coming with that? Does that really matter all that much? And that's where, in order to really choose to love us, forgiveness is part of the formula. It's an absolute necessary part of the formula. You cannot get to the true, genuine, pure love without it, right? Because you're releasing, you're letting go. I was thinking of a mother and son and an adult son. It had this really big argument. This was a number of years ago. And I was speaking to the mother, and I said, well, you have to forgive him. And she said, well, no, I don't, because he's not even asked for forgiveness. And I said, okay, well, the forgiveness really actually isn't for him. Maybe you're saying, I'm going to forgive him. But this is about you releasing it from you. We have this cute saying in New Thought that we say a lot about they got free rent in your head, right? That's to say, this thing that I don't like thinking about, that makes me upset, that makes me angry, that makes me whatever, do I want to keep carrying it around, or do I want to let it go, right? And in the forgiveness of it, this human history and human nature has kind of defined forgiveness as, oh, well, after thinking about it, I forgive you because you were right when you did that. No, it's not that at all. It's I'm letting it go. I'm moving along. And sometimes that will mean on the other side of forgiveness, we can go back to partying and having fun together. And other times, oftentimes, it means I'm blessing you and I'm releasing you so that we can both live very productive lives and do good for ourselves and do good for this world that we live in. When we claim, oh, I can't even turn on the news because all they do is talk about the fighting that's happening all over the world and all over the place, right? And it's like, until we put love in there, that's the human nature part thinks, oh no, I got to take the whole pie because I want pie, and if you get any, I'll have less. But what we learn in New Thought and what we teach in Unity is that as soon as you take your piece out, it'll fill back up because there is an unlimited, infinite amount of all good. So if we find ourselves, and we all will at some point because it's part of human nature, of thinking the lack and limitation of, oh, well, if it's not going my way, it's not right, we got to fix it. It's like, let me just understand that there is an unlimited amount of love, that there is an unlimited amount of good, and I'm going to flow in that. And sometimes when I hop on the boat of that flow, it's going to flow me right away from the people that were taking up the thoughts in my mind in a troubling way, right? And other times, it's going to flow me right into the answer that will help us all continue to work together on stuff. But it all has to happen through love or it won't be lasting. You may get some positive results here or there. If there are pills out there that people take to release themselves from trouble, and it works. but then the pill wears off because the pill isn't unlimited and infinite. But love is, peace is, joy is, the Christ that we are when we choose to love it is. I love you, I bless you, and I absolutely behold the Christ that is you. And thank you for being here today. So now is our time to give our love offerings and our tithes and support the important work that this group does together. And I know that many people do that electronically, and we thank you. And if you're watching right now and you hadn't done it today or this week, you can click that donate button and say, I want to show that I'm a part of this, you know. And so let us sing the whole song, Thank You, God, for Everything. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, God, for everything. 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 And together, let us affirm divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. And so it is. And I'll invite up Linda to tell you some fun stuff happening.
So first of all, if you are a first-time visitor or haven't been here for a long time and you have not gotten a visitor's packet yet, raise your hand and our ushers will bring you one. Okay, I don't see any new people here today. If you're a visitor online, drop us an email at info@unityingreensboro.org so we can have you fill out a virtual visitor's card. Today, after the service, we are having a potluck for Reverend Wally as he heads out for his new job with Silent Unity in the United Kingdom and the Daily Word United Kingdom. Wow. So we hope you will join us for this potluck, which will be right after the service. Also today, the board is offering 2 facilitated dialogue sessions to discuss our thoughts regarding our decision to buy the property at Lee's Chapel or to continue renting here at Summerfield. We took a vote in June to purchase the property in Lee's Chapel, and we are now in the process of doing this. A lot has happened since our vote, and we would like to know what your thinking is as we move forward now. We will offer these sessions today from 12:30 to 2. We'll start earlier if the potluck, we want to make sure the potluck gets the time it needs. We will also be offering this on the 29th at 6:30. That will be here at the church. We are limiting the attendance to 12 to 15 people. I know we have 3 people, I think, signed up for today and 2 for Wednesday. Is there anyone else who's coming today? Would you raise your hand if you're coming today? Okay. Okay. Thank you. And if you have any questions, you can just see me after the service. Also, on the weekend of August 3rd and August 9th, there will be a workshop entitled Embracing Change, Opening Your Heart with Reverend Therese Lee, who will also be presenting the message on August 9th. This weekend workshop is about honoring 3 powerful invitations that life gives us over and over again. Those are the call to accept change, the necessity of acknowledging loss, and the healing that becomes possible as we allow our feelings. Reverend Therese Lee has walked a 37-year path in unity truth, living its principles with devotion, curiosity, and joy. She has served as a prayer chaplain and as an ordained unity minister. Her ministry is a tapestry of coaching, mentoring, speaking, teaching, consulting, and retreat facilitation, each thread woven with presence, humor, and spiritual depth. You can find a link in the Tuesday e-blast and on the website to sign up for this 2-day workshop. The weekend after that, on August 16th after the service, Frederick Kester will be presenting a class entitled Power Up. It's a new look at the 12 powers. They are Unity's divine ideas that we all possess. And those ideas are love, wisdom, power, imagination, faith, zeal, strength, understanding, will, life, release, and order. This class will be an interactive approach to learn more about how we can maximize our gifts to have a joyous life when we become more aware of how to use them. A link to register for the class can be found in the Tuesday e-blast and on the website. Last, let our chaplains pray with you after the service. And chaplains, raise your hands. So we've got Anita and, oh wow, we got everybody here. John, Anita, Charlotte, and Nana, and Wally. Did I get everyone? Okay. You can also send an email to info@unityingreensboro.org, and you will be contacted by one of our chaplains. Also, there's now a way that you can submit your prayer request directly online, and it will be the same as putting the prayer request into the prayer box. The link is uig.family/prayer request and can be found in every e-blast. Also, you will notice that there is a QR code posted on the back of the seat in front of you, and also on the bulletin board in the hallway. Feel free to take a QR code with you today and use it whenever you need it. And now we will call up John and Candy for some special music.
All right, so I don't know if you all have heard of this group called the Monkees. Yeah, but when I think about forgiveness, I just have to acknowledge that despite my fervent prayers as a child, Davy Jones never asked me to marry him. And then to further the unity message, you know, highest and best right here. So.
All right. With us. I thought love was only true in fairy tales, meant for someone else but not for me. Love was out to get me, that's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her face, now I'm a believer. Not a trace, a doubt in my mind. I'm in love. Ooh, I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. I thought love was more or less a given thing. Seems the more I gave, the less I got. What's the use in trying? All you get is pain. When I needed sunshine, I got rain. Then I saw your face. Now I'm a believer. It's not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. Ooh, I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Love was out to get me, that's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her face, now I'm a believer. There's not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love, ooh, I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm a believer. 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 Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a believer, yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you for singing along.
Thank you.
All right. So next week, Christy Snow is going to be here, and her lesson is called the metaphor. I'm going to guess this right. Metaphorizing. You know that word, right? Metaphor. Yeah, that'll work. Metaphorizing power of appreciation. It's about how you change when you appreciate. That's what that means. So, and you know, she's going to also bring you the music, so because she's fantastic. So, come be here and support her in that. And then the weekend after that, I cannot stress how important it is that as much of this community as possible show up for that Saturday and Sunday workshop. That cost $500, and someone sponsored it and paid for it so that the church didn't have to. So the least this church can do is show up for it. And it's important work, and Teresa knows what she's doing and talking about, and she's been in the unity movement for a very long time, and her husband, who has passed, was in it for even longer than that. So she's got good information for you. Please show up and do that workshop. And pray for me, because I leave August 17th, and I still have not applied for the visa to work there, because I can't yet, because we're still waiting for the employer to get their sponsorship letter, which has a little number on it that I have to have before I can apply for the visa. So we're riding right on the fence, right? So, but it's all going to work out, and all, you know, we're going to take all the stuff that you get here, that you have the use of here with Silent Unity, call Silent Unity, use Silent Unity, use your prayer chaplains. It doesn't just have to be to get out of trouble. You should pray in celebration as much as you do in sorrow. And then you'll get to the place where the sorrow, you'll see it and you'll be like, oh, this is not a problem. Let me just go into prayer on this, because God always hears me when I pray and always answers me when I ask a question, right? And so use that. And I'm going to take that over there and work with them on that, and work with trying to spread the daily word to even more people out there. They do the same one. They just take the American version and they call it anglicizing. That means they throw in some extra U's, and they, you know, I will not ever be doing that job. I will just, you know, sign off on it. So Anyway, I love you and I bless you. And I know that the work that we've done, I want to say for the last 6.5 years, because that's how long I've held this position, but I've been working with this community for 8 years now, because I guest spoke for 1.5 years before I came on board. So this isn't an end, it's just a shift in a new way for all of us, and I hope that you all will come together, and I know there are a lot of differing opinions about moving forward, but love has got to be the key answer. And if what you're experiencing that you want to say towards someone, or what you feel like you're receiving from someone doesn't feel like love, put some in it, because we each not only have the right to do so, we have the responsibility to do so. So with that, let's sing the peace song. I have to come down because I don't remember all the words to it. I'm not in the peace song fan club. And if for any reason you don't want to hold hands, I invite you to just put them prayerfully in the air. And let's sing along together. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, let it begin with me. And together let us affirm, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, love is, peace is, light is, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Let's go eat.